Hello and welcome back to Rayman Origins. It's time we took a dive to the sister world of Sea of Serendipity, Angsty Abyss, which holds the fourth king that we have to save, until we can enter Moody Clouds. I gotta say, I just love the music here. It's just so soothing. But the level's not gonna play itself. Man, this game really loves puns, but I guess that's kind of fitting. We don't get to spend much time on the surface here, it just flat out throws us into the water section. I mean, we have the ability and by now you know how to swim, so we don't need to spend time on land like we did in the Sea of Serendipity. Also, it's quite a bit harder than the sea, which is a no-brainer, of course. Plenty of currents like this, all around these levels, everything's pushing you every which way, and you have these spike fish making life miserable for you. But, on the bright side, it's awfully pretty down here. That's a pretty counterintuitive coin, I think, because the stream is pushing you downwards. There are no pits in the water areas of the game, but still, it just goes against my nature to go anywhere that drags you in. It's kind of a clever choice if you think about it. The jellyfish also make a triumphant return. Still fidgeting about like there's no tomorrow. I never figured out how to dodge them properly. But then again, I guess that's kind of the point. Man, just leave it to the Lumking bonuses to strip this game of any atmosphere it has. There's a pretty hard to find secret up here. Well, I don't think it's that hard to find, but I didn't find it on my first time, at least. You know, I don't like questioning fictitious games, but how does the mosquito live here exactly? I mean, I know that mosquitoes spawn in water, but can they actually live in it? I don't think so. I wonder why they put the Murray inside this secret. It just makes a quick appearance, then it's gone. I'm guessing it's some sort of a beginner's trap. If you go to the bottom right corner hoping nothing gets you, and then suddenly the Murray appears and kills you. I couldn't say. Oh crap, not this section. These spikefish, I believe they get thrown around by the current in the same direction every time, but even so, they still get me every single time. Especially if I swim right into them. Also, I never noticed until now, but I lost the coin. It got returned back to where I picked it up because I got hit. But I'm pretty sure that's not gonna be an issue. Oh look, it's one of those guys. They're still absolutely pitiful. Now don't quote me on it, but I think that the Sea of Serendipity didn't have many sections where the current pushed you backwards, where you had to fight the current to proceed. I think that's something they added for this world. And hoo boy do they use it. Oh hey, I can spin things around too. You know, I really enjoy the fact that even though we spent the majority of the time underwater, there are segments like this that let you surface, even if it is for just a little while. It's refreshing. Too bad it's almost over. I think it could have lasted a little while longer than that. A sudden change in mood. Say goodbye to the 7/8 time signature. I guess this is more fitting for an abyss if you think about it. I think this is a pretty hard secret to find. Most of the stuff in this chapter is rather well hidden. If you're not ready to go sweeping all around the ocean floor, you're probably gonna miss these on your first go. By the way, these guys are really annoying. They take a bite out of you, much like the dark tentacles we've seen all the way back from the first chapter of the game, and I can't believe I beat them so easily. They usually take a chunk out of me. I don't know what I did so differently this time that they left me alone. Hold on. Did I miss anything? Nope. Hold on a second. There's no current here. Why are you guys bouncing around like that? Well, I guess it isn't any of my business. You guys just keep doing that and I'll be off. Ouch. Something I've neglected to mention previously is that underwater segments actually make use of the analog stick. Unlike the D-pad, which restricts you in the 8 directions, the analog stick actually allows you to move freely. It also allows you to fire those punches, whichever direction you want. It can be marginally useful. And so we've reached the final screen. Angsty Abyss is a pretty cool level. I'm not usually a big fan of water levels. They're usually pretty boring. And I guess having a current pushing you back to stall your progress isn't all that interesting. And the level really relies on that a lot. But on the plus side, it looks really nice. There's never really a dull moment with so much eye candy around. It's just really appealing to the eye. Okay, well, the game doesn't want me to go on, apparently. It doesn't give me the path for the next level. Guess I'll just do a little jump cut here. Just had to beat the level again. Now it works. I think that happened before in this Let's Play. But I have no idea what causes that. Anyway, Scuba Shootout, as the name implies, and the wind suck gives it away, is a flying stage. An underwater flying stage at that. Before we hop on, though, you can get down here if you're precise with your controls, and you can swim around behind the foreground. What fun! To the left is just a wall, and to the right is death. So you know, nothing important, but just had to see if you can get there. Anyway, Scuba Shootout is an underwater flying stage. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this back in the Sea of Serendipity video, but the controls are slightly sluggish when you're underwater. It takes a little bit of time before the mosquito reacts to your button presses. It sort of feels like you're underwater, in a way. On the other hand, it also feels like you have V-Sync on, and it's something I absolutely hate. But we'll manage. We'll be alright. When we get deeper, it gets pretty dark down here. We also get a light source. We get those shiny krill following us, much like in the Sea of Serendipity, which keeps the dark tentacles at bay. Obviously, the biggest downside to the dark is not being able to see, which is why I tend to skewer myself into all sorts of obstacles. Some of the seaweed containing the lumps are also partially concealed by the darkness, like here. And it's a Lump King bonus too, so it's kind of important to check everything if you want the medal in this level. Man, I feel bad about killing that anglerfish right there. He was just chilling around. Oh, hey there. I may have accidentally shot your twin brother a while back, so, you know, hang in there. See you later. Bye-bye. Man, instant karma. Oh man, some light. Finally got out of that dark place. It's time for the final stretch. And I just realized I don't have a whole lot of lumps. This is gonna be real close. Especially if I just leave them behind like that. Last batch of lumps coming up. Fingers crossed. Wow, are you serious? 351? I mean, just barely over the limit. Now I'm actually kind of glad I killed that anglerfish. If I hadn't, we'd have to do this level from scratch. Oh, here's something interesting, by the way. Whoop! I don't know what makes this door so special that you can slide under it. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff they seem to have forgotten to finish in this chapter. It looks as if it was one of the last things they did for the game. We'll cover a lot more of those in the next video. I don't know if any of these glitches are documented, but I'm pretty sure I found the majority of them by now. I usually go out of my way to find weird stuff when I do Let's Play videos, but this is kind of surprising. I'm genuinely baffled by how many I've found up to this point. Anyway, that does it for Scuba Shootout, and as you can tell, the boss is right there on the right. So we'll leave the last two levels for next time. I'll see you then.